Hey guys, welcome to another video on my channel. In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at this weekend's test server. So this weekend we are testing a new heavy weapon prototype called Thermite, and Thermite is essentially a heavy version of the Aphid weapon. Has the same reload time, same range. Now, obviously the damage is different because we are dealing with a heavier version here. And I have it up on my boa along with the Vortex weapon. So I'm going to try to see if I can perhaps get close to this Fury, which is hiding under that bridge here. Speaking of which, we are also testing this bridge map. And I have done a video on this a while back. And I'm going to try to see if I can perhaps find that video so that I can put a link in the description so that you guys can check that out, because that is sort of a separate video that I did a while back. But yeah, I'm just taking a look. I have a whole lot of different builds using the Thermite weapon here. Like I have one Thermite build, like you see I have on my boa. Speaking of which, the weapon looks like it's actually floating on my robot right now. That will be fixed. And it also looks like it does a ton of damage, and that's most likely going to change too. Typically what happens on a test server, quite often actually, the first round of testing usually has the weapon doing a lot more damage, and then everything is sort of adjusted over time. It's kind of the reason why you test it. But the same thing happened to the Hydra. It actually used to be called the Swarm weapon a long time ago, and yeah, they've done that, I mean, even for the Redeemer, I believe. So yeah, we're going to be taking a look just to see different builds. I'm going to run it on the Boa, the Leo, Lancelot, Natasha, Carnage. So I'm probably going to be running 2 games. One thing that I did want to do for this test server as well was to kind of test it along with the Aphid. But the thing is, I was looking through my inventory, the store rather, and I didn't even see the Aphid at all. So if you don't see me run this with the Aphid, it's because it wasn't available for this test server. They probably ran into some issues and stuff with that when they were doing the build for this test server. So it looks like that Galahad back there has the Gust weapon. Trying to fire from above here so I can get more of an angle on these players. This player here is almost down. And that's the other thing too, because I'm seeing a dock below here. So what I actually did too was I loaded it up onto a butch just to see how that would work. It's sort of like a heavier version of the dock with Vortex weapons. So yeah, just trying to see if I can hit this guy. I'm looking at the time here just so that I try to run as many of these builds as possible, and then I may actually switch this out just so that you guys can see. I've played this for a bit here, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to change my robot, and let's spawn in over here. Let's try the Leo. Okay, so you can see how the Thermite weapon looks like it's floating above my Leo. It's because it hasn't actually been adjusted. So that will be changed, and it will look normal when it's on the live server. Don't worry about that. So we can see how much damage this is doing to that player. This is just firing the 1. And now I'm going to try to see if I can follow through with magnums. I think it would have been really nice. I actually was trying to see if I could perhaps use this sort of setup with it. But running Aphids, I think it would be interesting. I actually don't want to get another beacon just so that I can survive, or at least the game can last a lot longer. Because if it lasts a lot longer, then I can run different builds. One thing that I was actually thinking of trying out too, you can see I'm hitting this Lancelot here in the distance. I was thinking of perhaps running, because I don't have access to the Aphid weapon on this test server, was to actually run it with Punishers, because that will allow me to knock down the shields, and then obviously you have the heavier weapon knocking or at least landing on top of them when they don't have that energy shield. So that's another thing that you can test out on the test server. And I know many of you are going to be asking me like how to connect to the test server as well. I'll try to see if I can add a link, if I remember to add a link in the video description, just for anyone who wants to apply for the test server. So the test server, you do have to apply. You don't just click on a link, or you don't just download it. You do have to apply and be accepted in order to play on the test server. I'm just trying to see if I can perhaps wear down that guy's shield a bit there. And let me just spawn in at home. So you can see the builds that I have. So this is going to be the Natasha. And again, I couldn't load it up with the aphids because we didn't have aphids on this test server for some reason. I'm just guessing that they probably ran into issues and they had to take that off last minute so that they could get this to work. So what I'm doing is, or what I always do when running any kind of like spiral or missile weapon, you know, whether it be spirals, hydras, aphids, vortex, always make sure that your lock on target is on, and you can find that in your main hangar. So when you go to the main hangar and then you go to menu options, which should be the bottom left corner of your hangar, you have the option to turn lock on target. So make sure that you always turn that on. And what that does is it allows you to lock onto a target and to actually curve your missiles around a corner. So you can see here how it's locked on. If I lock onto this player here, it allows me to individually select my target. And I think I'm going to get taken out here, but I'll explain to you now once I spawn in here with my Fury. So once you're locked on, you can see these brackets, green brackets. So as long as my target stays within those green brackets, I can actually curve it. So that's how you curve it. You can see me curving it around that bridge here to try to hit that guy. I just realized there's only there is only 3 players left, or 2 players now. So it's me versus these guys. I'm gonna try see if I can drop some flowers on the guy that's in front of me. Ooh, it's gonna land onto him. You know what? He didn't even take that much damage, and I think it's because he was actually moving. So let me spawn in with my butch here. Let's see if we can hit him. There's a guy to my left side too. Ooh, yikes. This guy actually doesn't even see me yet, so I'm hoping that he doesn't turn around. Oh, he does. Let's see how much trying to see how much damage 4 of these will actually do. It doesn't look like I was able to use my last one, but let's take a look at how much damage we do using that entire lineup. And what I'm probably going to do here is I'm going to run another game with some different setups, like on the Golem, on the Vityas, and once again, I wish that we actually had access to Aphids, because it would be interesting, I think, to see how we do in combination with the Vortex, the Aphids, the Thermite as well. But this is how we stacked up, and let's try to take a look at another game. And with different builds, and maybe I might throw in the butch there as well, just because we didn't get some gameplay of that, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so game number 2, I'm going to start off with my butch first here, because I didn't really get to use this in the first game. So if I can get within that 350 meters, we can fire at this Lancelot ahead of us here. And it looks like this Fury and I both hit him, and wow, his health just dropped. After all those thermite weapons, he kind of paused a bit there. Oh jeez. Singles too. Let's see if we can perhaps lock onto this player below us here and hit him as well. So I'm going to try hit him with the 4. And the Fury's hitting him as well. We're getting hit by a player who's running the Dragoon weapon back there too. Oh my gosh, that's a lot. That was a lot of missiles. So we have like 10 of us, or 10 of these missiles here, locked and loaded, but I need to get within that range there of that one player, because he's hiding on the ramp. See if we can perhaps hit this, what is that, Galahad? Oh, yikes. Ooh, jeez. The guy that was on the left side. This one's he's got an Ansel shield. He's running the Ansel shield because everyone's running these weapons. But I don't think he can stop this many of them. Oh jeez. So yeah, I'm not going to go for any beacons here, because if I do, the game's going to end very quickly. So what is this guy doing here? He's hiding underneath. Let's see if we can drop down, perhaps. I think it's still, yeah, it's still hitting that bridge. I think, yeah, no, some of it kind of hit him. He's firing vortex at me though. Oh, I managed to somewhat hit him, but he's hiding under the bridge there, so it was hard to get him. I think everyone's just hiding under the bridge now. So with this setup, when you do go into Bastion mode, you will be doing the 30%. The downside is, if I'm firing at someone that does have, like say, Vortex or Thermite or even Aphids, when I do lock down, it actually makes me an easier target for them, and I'm more likely to absorb maximum damage too, because I'm not moving. Trying to see what these guys are in here. I'm going to go into Bastion first and then fire, so that I have that additional damage. I think that player might be under the ramp or something. Let me see if I can fire at this guy here. Ooh, yikes. Yeah, so yeah, there's a fuging back there. I'm gonna fire singles, I think. I think he probably has hydras or something. Oh my gosh, no, that's vortex. So yeah, I'm firing here just to make sure that he stays locked down. I should be seeing more vortex soon. Yeah, I think if we go one-on-one here, I think I'm gonna win. Mostly because I have more HP, and he doesn't have a shield. So you can see here, you know, he doesn't have time to charge up. He needs to drop down, which is what he's doing. He's running away. No, you can't do that. I'm going after you, buddy. Let's see if we can get closer. He has to lock down now. There we go. So I think anyone who has perhaps a Raijing and you know, wondering what other weapons to run on it, this might be an option for you. Got to be careful. That guy back there's got 600 meter range on me, I believe. I'm gonna lock down here. I'm just gonna fire everything because I've got to deal with this guy back there on the other side. Oh man, my shield's getting broken. I gotta fire quick. Come on, 350. Ooh, I got him just before I got taken out. Okay, so I'm gonna roll out with the Golem next. This one I loaded the Thermite, the Vortex, and just Punishes. I needed a weapon because I don't have access, obviously, to Aphids. So I figured, you know what, let's run the Punisher on here. I was thinking about Spiral, but, you know, one Spiral really doesn't do that much damage. I just figured this might be a better combo. Oh man, this guy's gonna take me out here. Oh, I didn't even get a chance to fire up top there because they had that player using the Thermite. Or not the Thermite, the Dragoon weapon rather. You know what's interesting is the Dragoon weapon seems a lot stronger on this test server. So I'm not sure if, you know, that's what it's like on, or what it's gonna be like on the live server, but it seems a lot stronger. And I think that it actually needs to be nerfed down a bit. I know when I tested it last weekend, it didn't seem that strong. Trying to use my shield here to protect me from that Dragoon weapon. We've only got, we hardly have time left here. Hopefully I can get some gameplay in. If we can get another beacon, that would be ideal. It looks like my shield's busted up. Come on. Come on, come on. Oh, I think I got that Fury just before I got taken out. Man, gotta run, gotta run. I'll launch my Carnage here. Oh jeez. Okay, we managed to take that guy out too. This guy is within range. Let's see if I can fire one and then get behind cover. I don't know if it's going to be enough time. Oh jeez. And there was a guy down below. But you could see at least I managed to use all of my robots in order to sort of test out the Thermite weapon. A lot of players running the Dragoon weapon. This Dragoon weapon seems a lot more powerful on this test server, as I said. Last weekend when I was testing it, it was pretty weak in comparison to the week before, that is. But let's see how we stacked up. So that's kind of where we landed up running all those different builds, and I tried to get quite a bit of variety for you guys because I know not everyone has a Butch, not everyone has a Lancelot, for example, so you can kind of see how it would work with a Raijing, with a Fury or a Natasha. But anyways, yeah, let me know in the comment section what you guys think of the Thermite weapon. Is this something that you would run? And if so, what would you run it on? Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and if you haven't yet subscribed, consider subscribing. Until the next video, I'll catch you guys later.